Today we're looking at the Garmin Pro 550 Plus. It's the newest line of e-collar GPS tracking systems from Garmin. The beauty of this system is that it's an e-collar that includes GPS tracking. Everything that we've had up to this point has been GPS systems that included e-collar functions. The main product in that is the Garmin Alpha. The Pro 550 Plus is an e-collar that has traditional e-collar features that includes tracking. The beauty of this is it gives you the functionality that you need with an e-collar, the ability to train your dogs without having to look at the transmitter. It has what I consider to be the necessary features of an e-collar, and that's buttons, dials, and toggle switches, which allows you to work with multiple dogs at the same time. It allows you to raise and lower stimulation levels on the fly, one-handed, without having to look at the transmitter. The 550 Plus has all of the features of the Pro 550, which is Garmin's top-of-the-line e-collar, but they've added tracking on top of that. The tracking on the Garmin Pro 550 Plus is a very simplified version of what Garmin offers in their other systems. It doesn't give you everything that you're going to get from the advanced systems that include maps, but it tells you the things that you really need to know. It has a very simple screen. It shows you the direction that your dog is from you. It tells you the distance that your dog is from you. And it tells you if he's moving or on point, or for a hound dog, it'll tell you if he's treed. So everything that you really need to locate a dog is on the screen on the 550 Plus, without a lot of the unnecessary features that people get bogged down with when they're using some of the more complicated GPS systems. To me, the Garmin 550 Plus is designed for a couple of different folks. It's designed for the folks that are looking for more functionality out of their e-collar system. It's for folks that are looking for an e-collar that they can use, they can raise and lower stimulation, change dogs, not have to look at the handheld. That's hard to do with the Garmin Alpha because of the touchscreen and how you change things on the Alpha. So if you're looking for more e-collar functionality, the 550 Plus is a way to go. Another group of folks is folks that are looking for a simplified tracking system. Biggest complaint we get from the Garmin Alpha is the complexity of it and how much information you have to know to be able to correctly operate the system. We also run into folks that get lost in their Alpha systems. They'll press the wrong button or they'll end up in a menu and they just don't even know how to get out of it. You don't have that with the 550 Plus. It's a very stripped down system. It does not have any sort of touch screen, and operation on it is very simple. Something else that I really like is that as my eyes get older, it's hard to see some of the small screens. That is not the case with the 550 Plus. The arrow on it is very large and you can read the text on it pretty easy. The Garmin Pro 550 Plus has 18 levels of continuous and momentary stimulation. It has tone and it has vibration. It can operate up to 3 dogs from one transmitter. It has running lights that are remotely controlled from the transmitter. You can turn them on and off from the transmitter. It has a 2-mile range for both e-collar and tracking. It has rechargeable batteries in the handheld and on the collar. The Garmin Pro 550 Plus will work with the Garmin Fenix watches, and it will also work with the Garmin DriveTrack system. The Pro 550 Plus is also compatible with the Garmin Alpha system and can be used on the same dogs and in conjunction with other Garmin Alpha systems. Let's compare the Garmin 550 Plus with the Garmin 550. The 550 Plus has 18 stimulation levels compared to 21 on the 550. The reason for that is that the collars are based off of the Alpha system, which is also an 18-level system. Stated range on the Garmin 550 Plus is 2 miles compared to 1 mile on the Garmin 550. The 550 Plus works on the MERS frequency, where the 550 works on a 27 megahertz frequency. So the 550 Plus will get more range for both tracking and training. In my tests with the Garmin 550 Plus, we're getting more than 2 miles in certain situations. Range on any of the GPS systems depends on terrain, and so that plays a big factor in it. And you're not going to get 2 miles in every situation, but in some situations you can get more. The other thing that you can do from a tracking standpoint is that you can add one of the car top antennas or one of the longer extended range antennas to the 550 Plus and get more tracking out of it than that. It's very similar in distance to what we're seeing from the Alphas. The 550 Plus has less battery life than the standard 550. The 550 Plus handheld will get around 24 hours of runtime, and the 550 Plus collars are going to get around 25 hours of runtime in the 2.5-second update. Comparing that to a Pro 550, you're going to get more in the 60 to 80 on the collar, and then the handheld will go substantially longer than that because there's really not an enormous amount going on there unless you're pressing buttons. One of the biggest things that people will have to change if they go from using a regular 550 collar to a 550 Plus is that you're going to need to charge your handheld probably every night. I'm going to charge mine. If I'm running it today and then I'm running it again tomorrow, it's going on the charger tonight, even if I only use it for 10 or 12 hours. Another major difference between the 550 Plus and the 550 is that the 550 Plus does not have the bark limiter feature. The regular Garmin 550 e-collar has a bark limiter mode that you can set the collar in. You cannot do that with the 550 Plus. Another thing to point out is that the 550 Plus collars are not compatible with the regular 550 Garmin collars. So if you have a 550 e-collar, you cannot use those collars with the 550 Plus. So another really cool feature about the 550 Plus is that it is compatible with the Garmin Alpha system that's already on the market. They work off the same frequencies and the collars are identical. The beauty of that for someone that currently owns an Alpha is that if they want to add better e-collar functionality, they can get just the 550 handheld and incorporate it into the system that they have. And what this means is that you can buy a 550 Plus transmitter only, and you can use it in conjunction with the system that you currently have. It'll work with the collars, and it'll work at the same time as your Alpha handheld. So if you want both, and that would be great map functionality and great e-collar functionality, the 550 Plus can be incorporated into the system that you have, and it'll work flawlessly with the TT collar that you currently have. I'm planning on running that myself. I currently use an Astro 430, which does not have stimulation, it's tracking only. And I use a regular 550 collar for my e-collar. So I'll be doing away with the 550 side of it, and I'll be going to an Astro handheld for my mapping and a 550 Plus transmitter for my e-collar functionality.